Hello everybody, this is Blake Williams with Battle Tested, and I've got a story for you. When I was in college, I had a great friend named Dennis. And Dennis came knocking on my door late one night, and he said, "Put on a swimsuit. I've got an adventure for us." I throw on my swimsuit, not asking any questions, and I follow Dennis, and we get to a trail leading into the woods on the opposite side of campus. Now, I've been on this trail before. This trail leads to an abandoned water tower, which has now been torn down. And I've done this adventure before, so I thought. I've climbed the fence that protects the bottom of the water tower. I then therefore climbed the ladder going up to the catwalk that surrounded the outside of the bottom of this water tank. Something fun, a little bit mischievous to do on a college campus. But Dennis had bigger plans. Dennis proceeds to climb up another ladder that goes up the side of the water tank and gets to the very top of the tank. I've never climbed this ladder before. Didn't know what to expect when I reached the top of this water tank. Dennis did. He had scouted it out. And he knew that there was a hatch on the top of this water tank, and this hatch was not locked with lock and key. It had simply a pry bar that held it shut, but he knew with the proper tools he could unpry that bar and open this hatch. So he had brought a hammer with him. He had brought a flashlight with him. A couple of bangs of the hammer, and sure enough, this hatch opens up to reveal what's inside. We take that flashlight, we peer down into the tank, and we see that it's filled with, at least probably our best guess, half filled with water. Cold, dark, murky water. And for the next probably hour, it felt like, we spent our time diving into, swimming in the water in this tank. We spent time trying to count the rungs of the ladder below the surface of the water, trying to reach the bottom. We never did. But we had a great time, and it was a memory that I will have for a lifetime of the time that I swam in a water tank. Many people have climbed a water tank before, but I've never met another person besides Dennis who's ever swam in one. And I'm not encouraging you to go do so. It's not safe. This was abandoned. It was safe enough, I guess. We got away with it. So I'm not encouraging that. But I simply want to ask you and have you to consider what's on the other side of your hatch. I had to step into the unknown, so to speak. When we opened that hatch, I didn't know what was going to be there. I wasn't sure if I was up for whatever was going to be there. And I had to have courage to jump in with both feet. What's on the other side of your hatch? Perhaps you have some idea, but maybe you don't quite fully know what it's going to require of you. What will the other side of the hatch require of you? Are you prepared for what's on the other side of the hatch? Do you have the courage to jump in with both feet? And finally, the thought, all of us need a Dennis in our life. Someone who sees potential in us and calls us into a bigger adventure. Maybe that's God calling you into some sort of God-sized adventure. Maybe that's a coach calling you to take on a bigger role on your team, a leadership role perhaps. He sees something in you and he calls you into this adventure. Maybe it's a boss calling you at your work into some sort of bigger, greater challenge, this adventure that he wants you to take on because they see the potential that you have. The Dennises in our lives, they recognize our potential. They see that we have what it takes. They call us into adventure and they encourage us along the way. We all need a Dennis, and we all need to have the courage to step into and be prepared for what's on the other side of that hatch. Are you ready for it? Have a great day.